Is this guy, Douglas James, real?
Hey guys, it is Douglas James. Welcome back to my channel. I have a very special video for you guys today. Unlike any other content that I've ever done, I got my wife Sonia here, all right, and she's gonna be actually answering some questions. And you were probably searching, you know, is Douglas James real? Is this guy legit? What's this guy all about? She's gonna be able to tell you guys if I'm legit. Am I real, babe? Pinch me. Ow, that was a little too hard. Yes, I'm real, I'm here. Okay, so we're gonna be covering some stuff, and I want you guys to get to know me and my wife a little bit more, and I hope this will answer any questions you have about us. And I'm just gonna go ahead and kick it off. By the way, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and for my loyal followers, welcome back to the channel, all right? So first off, babe, I got some questions for you.
I got some answers for you.
All right, so why don't we start by you telling, you know, my followers how we met.
All right, so I was managing an Ulta Beauty store at the time, and Douglas waltzed in, and I'm not gonna lie, first my coworker and I were like, is he with a girlfriend, a wife, or a boyfriend? So long story short, I ended up helping him at some point, sold him all the wrong products because I was so nervous when I started to feel that kind of chemistry, if you will, and he left the store, and there's a call for me, and it was him. So I answered. He started asking me for my number. I got nervous. I put him on hold for a while, came back and gave him my number, and that's how we met at Ulta Beauty. He was shopping for makeup.
So she left a crate. Yeah, I wasn't shopping for makeup. I was trying to get some body tightening cream. Speaking of that, she left a huge detail out. I was getting some body tightening cream. She mentioned she sold the wrong product. She sold me body wash, okay? Not body cream, like lotion that you put on your body.
Oops.
So I went home, and that night before I went to bed, I put on all the tightening cream because I wanted to, you know, tighten up a little bit. And when I was putting it on, I was like rubbing it. I'm like, man, this is kind of suddy. Why is it so bubbly? But I didn't think anything of it. I went to bed, woke up at 3 a.m., could barely breathe, had hives all over me. I had to go to the ER, and she sold me body wash. So I had like this crazy allergic reaction. You always leave that part out.
You know what they say, if you don't kill them, marry them. So that was kind of what I was going for.
I guess you're right. So babe, tell me from your perspective how it was for you when I first started my online business.
So one day, Douglas came to me and said, I found this business opportunity online. And I remember thinking, well, he had said he wanted to invest. And at the time, the investment was, in my opinion, a pretty big investment. So I was like, okay, I think he's a little crazy, but maybe there's something to this. But what I decided to do was just support him. So I thought, okay, if this works out, then it's a great investment, and it's going to be great for us. But if it doesn't, then he is going to learn a lesson. So it's either a lesson or a blessing is what I told myself. And to be honest with you, I thought it wasn't going to work out. I thought he was going to like regret it, and I was going to have to like tell him, don't do that again. And, we were going to be out some money, but it turned into something I couldn't have even like begun to imagine at the time. So it was pretty crazy how it all just unraveled.
Yeah, and I love, one of the big things I think to add to that too, as I'll share, is, having a wife, or at the time a girlfriend, that like, it's either gonna like make you or break you attitude, but she was also giving me the space to explore that, which is, I think a lot of couples, they don't afford themselves the opportunity. So if like their spouse or significant other sees something really cool, and they bring it to the other, and they're like, look at this cool thing that I want to do. I'm super excited and passionate about it. And their girlfriend or husband will be like, that's stupid, that's dumb, don't do it. Mm-hmm. Like, get out of here. That's a dumb idea, right?
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of dreams and a lot of opportunities are shut down, that way, unfortunately. But lucky for me, Sonia was like, it's gonna either make him or break him. I'm gonna let him be a man and make a decision, and we'll see what happens. Aren't you glad I did, though?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, I really I still look back and I'm like, whoa, what happened? That was like a huge decision that you made at the time. And I would agree 100%. I think you have to support, especially your man, because if he's not doing what he's passionate about, he doesn't really come into the relationship completely available for you as a woman. So you have to support your man.
Absolutely. Thanks, babe. So tell me about my transition from your perspective, from like being in the military to being a business owner, and then also managing, our life together. You used to work as well. How was that from, working at Ulta, and then, you worked at Victoria's Secret, and then me in the military starting this business. Like, how was all that transition for you, what you see, what I was going through?
Initially, I didn't really know what to expect because I'd never been so committed to somebody. So it was rough. It was rough because I worked 16-hour days sometimes, and he would go to his Navy military job and come home and grind like until 2, 3, 4 in the morning. Sometimes, and then he'd get up in the morning to go to work out, and it was just nuts. So I say it was difficult because we really didn't see each other. Sometimes it was literally in passing, and the time we did have to each other, we enjoyed a lot. But then there was a little bit of like bickering, like, you're not here, this isn't being done. And so we did go through some times of just really, really hard moments. But like he mentioned, all the while I was still very supportive of what he was doing, even though I didn't see what it was. I was still like giving him his space to do what he needed to do. And it was rough. It was really rough. So then some time passed, and he kept telling me, you know what, I'm gonna get you out of working retail, which I loved and I hated because the hours sucked, but I enjoyed what I did, managing stores and such. And one day he just told me, hey, you're done. I don't want you to do this anymore. And it was scary. It was a very scary moment for me because I'd worked my entire life and I had provided for myself, and I took so much pride in that, and it was such a big part of my identity. So I fought him a little bit on that, like, I don't know if I'm ready to like have you take care of me, that sort of thing. So when we finally pulled the trigger and it happened, I had a really hard time with the transition, like just depending on him, if you will. But it was definitely really awesome because once I kind of got past that, oh, he did. I want to say this. He did say this to me when I was telling him, I need to work. He said, you know what? You'll never work another day in your life. I'm going to make sure of that. And my initial reaction was like, oh, you don't tell me what to do. I can work if I want. But what he followed up with was, if you're going to do anything, you're going to have your own business. You're going to run your own business. You're going to be your own boss. And that was incredible for anyone to hear, like, wow, I don't have to work for anyone and do maybe a job I don't love. Now I get to do whatever it is that I want, that I'm passionate about. And that, I think, was like a tremendous gift that he gave me the opportunity to choose in life what I wanted to pursue. So I thank him every day for that, because that's something that, I was still, I don't know, thinking I had to go back to work somewhere or something. And so that was, I think, really cool.
Yeah, guys, like, it's a crazy story. Like, right, I was in the military. I was in the Navy for 10 years, and I started my online business 3 years before I got out. So that means I was doing this whole thing while working 10 to 12-hour days and duties on the weekends. I was building this business, right? She was going through all of the problems. I went through a lot of issues with my bosses and everything. They saw my website, right? But at the end of the day, I was so passionate. I wanted so much more for myself and for Sonia. I made that promise to her, like, there's a day gonna come where you're not gonna work anymore and I'm not gonna be in the military, and my online business is gonna fuel our entire lifestyle. And here we are.
Yeah, right? There were days I was low-key like, I don't know if this is gonna happen, but it just happened so fast when it did, that left my head spinning, and then it happened. I was like, okay.
Crazy, cool. Crazy. All right, babe. So what are some of the things that, we've been able to achieve at this point? We obviously got married. Tell us a little bit about that process from your perspective, on me proposing and, exactly what went down, like how we got to that point, and then the wedding, like, to tell us a little bit about it.
Well, you asked some of the things we got to do. I remember one of the first big checks you got, we went out to eat at a like nice 5-star restaurant, and it was one of those things where order whatever you want off the menu, and I wasn't used to that. So I was still like, oh, where's the salad, But that took a while to get used to, like, okay, I don't even look at the prices anymore. I just look at like, what do I want to eat? What's healthy, And so that was like the beginning of, I remember that, change of lifestyle, if you will. And so I think that it allowed us to travel and visit family. It allowed us to take care of them as well, like do a lot of things for them, which I think was like huge, right? And so obviously, this goes back to relationships. I think when a man is in his element and he's doing the thing he's meant to do, that's when they can actually think about taking care of someone and marrying them and being a husband or a father. So I know that was key in your decision, and the timing of like you knowing, okay, now I'm ready for this. And so actually him proposing was a huge surprise, because I wasn't sure if he was ready. I thought it would be a couple more years, so that was a huge surprise. We went to Texas, and he behind my back, so sneaky too, he spoke to my parents and asked for my hand, and I had no clue. So we came back, and it was my birthday, and he said, we're doing this for your birthday weekend, surprises and stuff. He's always been great about surprising me with stuff. So he sets up this whole surprise birthday party, right, at the Armani at the Fashion Valley Mall out here in San Diego. And lo and behold, like all our friends are there, and I'm like, man, he's really going out for this birthday. Like,
Guys,
this is so cool.
I shut down in Armani Emporio. They flew a designer out from Italy. All right.
Yeah, they did.
They did a runway show with her. Well, obviously, we bought some stuff. But yeah, it was awesome. We had friends from all over the place. We had family from back in Texas there, right? So I was doing it big, and it was technically only for your birthday.
I later find out, yeah.
So actually, I decided that day that I was going to propose, and then I went and got the ring. True story. Literally 3 hours before that event, I went and bought the ring and decided. I told her brother, my brother-in-law now, this is going down today. So I went and got the ring, and I turned her birthday party into a proposal.
Yeah, and I didn't know. So at the time, I'm like, this guy just messed up, because I have high expectations for birthdays from now on, and he'd better shut down I don't know, Louis Vuitton next time. I don't know.
The White House.
The White House. And my friends were like, this is crazy. So that's, yeah. So then we got married, and I had this crazy thought for a wedding, which I didn't think about weddings too much, but obviously after we got engaged, I had seen this reality show where the celebrity, I forget who, had this beautiful wedding in this tinted venue. And so when we were looking for venues, that just stuck in my head, and we were able to have this just like picturesque, like Instagram type photo, wedding that we had an amazing event planner that helped us put it together. So we had this amazing wedding, and I have an older set of parents. My father, I think, is now 83, 84, I forget. But obviously, back before we got married, I didn't know if he would be with us or not, back when I was younger. So one of the things I used to tell Doug all the time was, if my father isn't there, I don't want a wedding, because I'll just bawl the whole time. Like, I won't even be able to, get through any of it. And so I think one of the most amazing moments was just having my father there, having him give me away, and then the dance, the father-daughter dance. And I remember dancing with my father and just looking around and just being like a very surreal moment, and just knowing that something that most us women dream of was like materializing right in front of my eyes. And it was all because of, back again, the decision he made, and being able to have these sort of things that obviously aren't the most important things in the world, but they create these moments and memories. And we had an amazing wedding. It was the funnest wedding I've been to ever. No offense to my friends, but we enjoyed ourselves a lot. It was, we danced all night. I thought I broke a toe, but I just danced a lot, and the toe was just like trying to hang in there. It was like, stop dancing on me.
Yeah.
But it was great. It was the best wedding.
Yeah, so incredible wedding. And then now we've been married for going on 3 years. Now we have a baby girl.
Yes.
Her name
That happened fast.
It happened pretty quick. Actually, I know the exact day it happened. Don't
Okay.
ask me.
Don't ask
We
him.
won't talk about why I know that in this particular video. But I know the day. And it was around Halloween. I'll just say that. So, and now we have a beautiful baby girl. Her name is Camila. She's what, almost going on 14 months?
Yes.
That's not really a thing. She's a year and like a couple months, but
yeah, they do months up until
oh, they
2
do
years.
months?
Yeah.
Okay, she's going on at the point of recording, she's going on 14 months.
13 and a half months.
13 and a half months. Okay, got it. It's 13 and a half months. She's the biggest gift that I think we've ever received, right, at this point. I mean, God's gift to us. And she's, I think, for me, it's just given my life, and I know for Sonia, and I'll let her speak, but for me personally, like, it's given me obviously much more why to show up every single day, you know, in my business and in my family, you know, because without my business, we can't take care of our livelihood. We can't take care of the food that we eat, bring the food, the clothing, like our condo, our home, right? All those different types of things come back or tied back to the hustle and a grind that she allows me to put into my business every single day. And it's allowed me to be home with my family and see my girl grow up. Like, my office is literally, you know, 30, 40 feet from where I sleep. And I can just walk out of my office anytime I want and just see my baby playing in the living room. And it's a huge blessing. But yeah, to be a part of all those moments and not have to be in the military or at a job per se, you know, being away 10, 12 hours a day is a huge blessing. And, you know, I thank God every day, you know, for Camila. And, I mean, babe, how do you feel about being a mom and having Camila and everything?
Well, you know, as we alluded to, we didn't plan it, so she came a lot like sooner than we expected, which again, it's been perfect timing. It's the most amazing thing. So I think that as a woman, now being a mother, knowing that, just feeling safe, knowing that we're always going to have everything we need, and not have to worry or stress, do I have enough for diapers or food or what have you. Camila is so well taken care of. We don't spoil her per se, like we don't buy her, I don't know, those little Bentley cars, unless although I'd love to get her one day, but
yeah.
you know she, if there's anything she needs, she gets it. And it's made being a mom so much easier. Those moms out there, you know, it's hard, you know, it's a lot, but you know, not having to worry about whether or not you can provide for your child is just a huge weight off your shoulders that I don't think any woman should ever experience ever when you have a little one. So it's huge. It's huge knowing that she's gonna be okay.
Yeah, definitely. And I will say, and from a broader perspective, you know, we like, for me, I look up to, you know, my wife and my daughter, and then we have close family that we count on, that I count on them and they count on me, right? And they're a part of the reasons why I do every day, you know, what I do every day. For you watching right now, right, maybe you're single and you look up to your mom, or you look up to a really good friend that you, or an idol, right? We all, or, you know, or there's someone that's counting on you to show up every day, right? And that's your why, right? So we all have like different reasons why we do things, you know. So you may not have kids, you don't know what that's like yet, but just know, like, as you grow on in life and you bring new life into this world, it just exponents it so, you know, so much. But before I had kids, before I had a wife, she was just my girlfriend, and she was like my first motivation at the time, and that grew and grew and grew. And as I scaled my company, as I did more and more and more, our life leveled up. We got married, we had a baby, you know, we've been able to afford and do some of the luxury or more nicer things and lived a little bit more comfortably. And, you know, that all ties back to her allowing me to do what I need to do to show up in the business every day, you know. So I owe her a lot for what I've been able to do. So
You're welcome.
Let's see, babe. So let's talk. So what is your understanding? So we talked a lot about us, how we met, how we got married, all that stuff. What's your real understanding of like what I do? Here's the real question, guys. Does she know what I do? Like, I really just go lock myself in the office and I come out and she's getting her nails did all the time, buying purses. Where does all that come from?
Actually, it's time to.
You got to go get them done
It's
now?
time.
All right.
You know, at first I think it was really confusing to me. I was like, what is he doing in there? Like, exactly
Is he
what's
selling drugs?
happening?
What's going
Actually,
on?
a relative of ours was like, are you selling drugs?
Yeah,
I was like, wait,
I
are
sell
you?
LSD. No, I do not sell drugs.
He does not sell LSD. I would not allow that. So I know you acquire customers for businesses, and I know you started with like, you know, local lead generation, and now you do high ticket clients, hence the high ticket client guy. And I think one of the things I'm most proud of him for is his students and all of the success stories that he's created through his coaching program. And so, you know, in a nutshell, acquiring a ton of customers, a ton of business to businesses, and really transforming lives in the process, whether you're the business owner or you're the student. And you know, seeing some of these stories from his students where they're now making thousands of dollars a month and really going from really, really challenging places to abundance. And I am most proud of the people he's helped that really needed it at the time that they joined. And so it's really amazing. And that's just part of what he does that I think is incredible. I'm just glad he's not selling drugs.
Yeah, actually, she did pretty good. I think you know
I pay
pretty much what to
attention.
do. She does pay attention. I tell her about when I close a deal, or you know, if a student's like, "Oh, I just hit 25K," I'll go tell her.
He won't say it, but he consults me a lot on his business, and I'm like his, you know, what is it, SSCO or COO?
Yeah,
COO?
she kind of operates as like I guess my compliance officer, because
Well,
I can be pretty aggressive or get upset.
This is my plug. I ran businesses, you know, and I wore the HR hat and the operations hat and the, you know, owner hat and all these things. So it's cool when I can give him a little bit of feedback on, you know, that didn't work for me when I was running a business, so let's try this. Then he'll come back, hey, that worked out, I made this much money. I'm like, how much commission do I get? Because, you know, 80%.
Which translates to a purse or her nails or a new outfit for Camila.
It's about the baby now, so yeah.
Yeah, it's all about the baby. Well, babe, I appreciate your time today. I think there's a lot of people that's searching, like, is Douglas James real, or is he legit? And I think when people ask those questions, they don't really know me as a person or know who I'm involved with, or they don't know that I'm married to such an amazing woman or have a baby, right? Or have like a legitimate thing online. So I totally get those searches that people may be doing online, but I really hope that, you know, this video and your testament to our life and where we're going, you know, kind of like helps subside some of that. I think that's pretty much it. Is it in closing, babe, like, would you say, where do you see our life, you know, in the next 5 to 10 to 20 years? Like, what do you think our short-term goal, 5 years, and where do you really see us in like 20 years based off of where we've been now in the last 6 or so years?
I think that the sky's the limit. I don't think there is, I can't even wrap my mind around where we'll be 5 years from now, 10, 20 years from now. You know, I think you've tapped into this abundance and this change of mindset that a lot of us have, you know, coming out of grade school and going into college, where you're really put in a box, or this is how far you can go, or you need to work for someone else. So I mean, it's hard for me to answer that, because a lot of what I thought was possible has already been surpassed in a lot of ways. So I'm excited to see what's coming in store for us, and as we raise Camila, and more than anything, I'm excited for the impact you'll continue making on other people's lives through your not just your business, but the charity work you do. And I think that's what excites me most. So you know, I can't even begin to imagine what we'll be doing. We'll probably be on Mars somewhere with Elon Musk. I don't know.
Oh, Elon Musk and Mars, that'd be cool. Awesome,
we'll
babe.
see.
Well, thank you so much, babe. I love you.
I love you more.
Let me kiss. All right, so guys, that's the video for today. You heard it from Sonia. Is Douglas James real? I don't know, is he?
You know, yeah, I think so. I would say yes.
All right, babe, thanks so much. So thank you guys so much for watching the video today. If you let me know in the comments what you guys think. Was Sonia awesome or what? Did you like her? Do you vibe with Sonia? Actually, should I do more videos with Sonia?
Oh,
That would be
boy.
cool. Let me know in the comments. Like the video, and if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, give it a subscribe. I'm coming out with trainings, videos like this every single week. You don't want to miss the notification. All right, that being said, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Thanks.